Hello everyone. Today we will study about Floyd's algorithm. This is the one of the algorithm comes under dynamic programming design strategy. We already learned that what is dynamic programming design strategy, and one of the algorithm under this dynamic programming method, that is Warshall's algorithm, and that algorithm we are used for which purpose? To find a transitive closure. Now we will study about Floyd's algorithm, and this algorithm used to find a all-phase shortest path. So to find the all-phase shortest path, we need a graph, and that graph must be weighted connected graph. It may be directed or indirected graph here. So now this is your weighted and it is connected and directed graph here. So weighted means for every edges, if you are having the values, then we call that one as a weighted graph. So this is your input, and my aim is what now? I have to find the all fair shortest path. All fair shortest path means from every vertex to remaining all vertices I have to find the path here. Like for example, this is your A. From A to B and A to C and A to D, we have to find the path, and that path must be shortest one. And the same way I have to find the shortest path from B to A, B to C and B to D. In the same way C to A, C to B and C to D, and D to A, D to B, D to C. Means from every vertices we need to find a path to remaining all the other vertices here. So at the end, what are the output we'll get? No, that output matrix we call as what? Distance matrix here. Okay, that distance matrix is what? It is the lengths of shortest path. Okay, that what are the path we'll get? No, length of that path must be shortest here. That is our aim now. So usually we represent this one using this D of ij. D of ij means I is your source and j is your destination. So that is the source to destination minimum distance. That one you will represent using like this D of ij. Assume that A is your source and B is your destination. So I is what now? A, and j is what now? B, and my aim is what now? I have to find the path from source A to destination B here, and whatever the path I'll get, no, that path must be shortest here. So from A to B there is no direct path. Is there any direct paths here? No. So to find that, I can take the help of the intermediate vertex here. So Vi means what it is? A, and it is your source, and Vj means what it is? B, and it is your destination. A to B, if there is no direct path, then I can take the help of the intermediate vertex. Okay, it may be vertex or it may be more than one vertex also. Vk indicates here what? C. So now for A to B, if I want the path, yes, I'll get that path from using what? Using C as a intermediate node, and I'll get the path from A to B here. How it is? A to C and C to B here. Yes, in this way also you have to find the distance. Okay, you have to find the path, and that path must be minimum here. Okay, is it clear? Let's see working principle of this Floyd's algorithm, and it is same as your Warshall's algorithm. What is the Warshall's algorithm? There you have to find the transitive closure. Transitive closure means what? From every vertex to remaining vertex, whether path exists or not, you have to check. If path exists, then you represent that one as a 1. If path does not exist, then you are represented as a 0 here. So same concept here also you are using, but in the place of zeros and ones, here you are calculating the distances because it is weighted graph. So now this is your input, and now my aim is what? I have to find the shortest path from A to remaining all vertices, B to remaining all vertices, C to remaining all vertices, and D to remaining all vertices. That is what we call as a all fair shortest path here. So for finding that, first is we have to find a D0, and D indicates what it is? Distance matrix, and 0 means what? No intermediate nodes. Okay, direct this one. So this one A, B, C, D, this was what? These are the rows. Rows indicates your sources, and A, B, C, D columns indicates your destination. Now A to A, it is 0. A to A means what? It is source and destination, both are same. Then there is no distance, that's why it is 0. In the same way, B to B also it is 0. C to C 0 and D to D 0 here. So now without any intermediate nodes, direct path, if they are from source to destination, we have to calculate now. Now source is what? A and destination is what? B. Is there any path between these two? That to be directed path. A to B, there is no directed path here. So that's why at present it is not there. In future you may get the path here. That's why I'll take this one as a infinity. If I don't know whether path is exist or not, and if it does exist, what is the distance, that one I'll get to know in future. Then I can take that one as a infinity here. And A to C. See, A to C direct, okay, path is there, and what is that distance? It is 3 here. Next, A to D. A to D, is there any direct path is there? No. That's why it is infinity. Now source is what? B and destination is what? A. B to A, S path is there. What is that distance? It is 2 here. Next, B to C, there is no direct path between B and C. That's why it is infinity. In the same way, B to D also there is no path. That's why it is infinity. C to A, no path, infinity. C to B, S, direct path is there. Now C is your source and B is your destination. What is the distance now? It is 7 here. C to D, 1 here. And D to A, S, D to A, 6 it is. Next, D to D. Don't take that one because D to D means what? Source is also D and destination is also D means what? Z, distance is 0 here. Okay. This is your first iteration in the finding the solution for all pair shortest path here. Next is I have to find the next iteration. As I told earlier, it is same as your Warshall's algorithm. Now you have to take in the place of R. Now I am taking here as a D because I am calculating distance here. D of 1. 1 indicates what? One intermediate node you can take here. Okay, one intermediate node, that is A now. We can take A as a intermediate node, and with the help of intermediate nodes, if we may get the path here. Okay, so via A, if you get the any path to the remaining all the vertices, yes, you can consider that one also. Now also using B, okay, sorry, using A as an intermediate nodes, I am not getting any path from A to B. That's why it is infinity. And A to D also, with the help of A as an intermediate nodes, I am not getting. But with the help of A as an intermediate node, I'll get only two new shortest path. What are those? One is D to A and A to C here. Okay. Another one is B to A and A to C. Other than that, no other vertices. You'll get other vertices. You won't get the path here. So now for example, remaining, that's why it does remains as it is. If you are getting any new path and what is that distance, you have to calculate. Now with the help of A, now I am getting the two path. One is what? B to C. So now what is that? B, and via A, I am getting as a C the distance. What is that? 2 plus 3. B to A is 2 and A to C is 3. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. See here, B to C it is changed as a 5 here. In the same way, I am having one more path with the help of A as an intermediate node, that is D to C here. D to A and A to C. D to A distance is 6 and A to C distance is 3. 6 plus 3 it is equal to 9 here. So these are the only two new path I got with the help of A as an intermediate nodes. So for this example, this is changed like this. Based on the example, you have to check for remaining all also. You may get more than one path also. So for this example, you are getting the only two new paths with the help of A as an intermediate node here. Next is D of 2. So 2 means what? Now you can take two intermediate vertices. Okay, that is A and B. Here I am using the word as a not higher than. Means what? You can also take only A as an intermediate node or B as an intermediate node, or combination of AB also you can take as a intermediate nodes. Okay. So now same thing I'll take with the help of AB. Is there any node I'll get, is there any path I'll get as a new path that I have to check here. So you check all the possibilities. Usually if I check, I'll get only one new path using the A and B as a intermediate node, that is C to A here. C to B and B to A. C to B and B to A. So what is the distance here? C to B, it is 7 and B to A it is 2. 7 plus 2, 9. So this one only it is changed here. Remaining all remains as it is. I am getting only new path with the help of two intermediate nodes. What are those? A and B. Next, I'll take three intermediate nodes. What are those? A, B, C. If I take three intermediate nodes, so then I'll get the four new shortest paths here. You have to check, and based on that you have to verify here. I know the answer, that's why I directly written as a four new shortest path here. You check here how many possible paths you will get with the help of A, B, C as a intermediate nodes, and based on that you have to modify here. So now from A to A there is no A to B. Yes, using C as an intermediate node, I'll get the path now. Yes, then you like this, you have to check and you have to calculate here. A to B here, I'll get the new path taking C as a intermediate nodes here. That is what? A to C and C to B. That is 3 plus 7, it is 10 here. That's why it is changed as a 10 here. A to C, direct path is there, that is 3. Next, A to D. So now A to D, is it there any path to get? Okay, with the help of the intermediate nodes here. So now A to D with the help of C as an intermediate node, I'll get a new path. Yes, then I have to check that one. A to C, C to D. That is 3 plus 1, it is 4 here. Next, B to A. B to A direct path is there. B to C, is there path? B to C using A, B, C, D as a intermediate node here. So that is B to A and A to C. Already by clicking as a intermediate node, I got as a 5 here. That's why it remains as it is. Next, B to D. So yes, I'll get the new path. What it is? A as an intermediate. Via A and C, I can reach from B to D here. So that is what? B to A, that is distance is 2, and A to C 3, and C to D 1. So 2 plus 3 plus 1, it is 6. That's why it is changed as 6. Same way you check for the C also. For this example, if you check it, you won't get any new paths here. But you have to verify. Okay. Next is D. From D to B, you'll get the new path using A and C as a intermediate nodes here. How it is? D to A to C, C to B here. So now what is the distance? D to A, it is 6 and it is 3. And it is what it is? 7 here, C to B. 6 plus 3 plus 7, it is what? 16. 16 here. So these are the 4 new paths I got when I took 3 intermediate nodes. What are those intermediate nodes now? A, B, C here. Next is, I have to take as a D4. 4 intermediate nodes. Okay, what are those? A, B, C, D. After taking 4 intermediate nodes, I got the only one shortest path, that is C to A here. C to A here. Okay, so already I have the one path C to A using B as an intermediate node. And what is that distance? C to B and B to A. So distance is what? 2 plus 7, it is 9 here. Okay, now when I use the D as an intermediate node, I got one more new path. What is that? C to D and D to A. What is distance now? 6 plus 1, 7. So in this case, okay, for any of the source to destination, if you have multiple paths, in that situation you have to select which one is shortest. Among these two paths, which one is shortest? 7 to 9 and 6, 1, 7. 7 is the minimum. So that's why now I'll take the D as an intermediate node, and with the help of this intermediate node, I got a new path from C to A, that is 7 here. Okay, that is what we call as. In this way, you may get the more than one path for the one source to another destination. So then in that situation, among those two paths or more than one path, which one is minimum, that one you have to select here. So how many vertices are there here? 4 vertices. That's why you can take up to 4 intermediate nodes, and you have to find the path here. At the end, after taking 4 intermediate nodes, what are the result we'll get? No, this one we call as a distance matrix, and this distance matrix, this distance matrix is what? It is the solution to find the what? Find the problem is what here? All pair shortest path. All pair means what? From A to B, ABCD path, and B to ABCD path, C to ABCD path, and D to ABCD path. So these are the sources and these are the destination. From every time one vertex will take as a source and remaining all will consider as a destination, and based on that you have to find the path, and that path must be shortest one. Algorithm, this is your algorithm, name is Floyd's. What is input here? Weighted connected graph, that's why I taken as a W, and this is the matrix form, that's why rows and columns here. So now first is you are taken as a D0. D0 is what? Your weighted matrix. Okay. So next is the 2, 3 for loops you are taken. As I told earlier, it is same as your Warshall's algorithm only. There you represent path if it exists 1, otherwise 0. If path is exist, what is the distance? And if multiple paths are exist, then you have to select the shortest path here. That is the only change of this Floyd's algorithm. Let's see. For example, same thing, k equal to 1 to n. This where k indicates what? It is intermediate vertex. I is your source and j is your destination. And what is the equation you are using now? D of ij equal to min of d of ij comma d of ik plus d of kj. Okay, here I taken only one example. Actually it starts from what? K equal to 1, and next you have to repeat for I equal to 1 to, if n is 4 means what? You have to repeat when first k equal to 1, I is 1 to 4 and j is 1 to 4. This procedure you have to repeat for every rows. Okay, if k is 1, okay, then you have to find for all the rows here. Okay, D1 means what it is? 16 times you have to repeat this one. D2 means 16 times you have to repeat. That D1 indicates what? K value. Okay, and next is what? Each row indicates I, and j indicates columns here. Like this you have to repeat the same procedure how many times? 4 vertices if you are having, 16 into 4 times you have to execute this one. I taken here only one sample here. For example, as I told earlier, the C to A path is 9, and now when I take the D as the intermediate node, then I got the new path here. Then how it works? For that only I taken as example when it is for the D4, and that's why k equal to 4 now. This k 4 indicates intermediate nodes and k indicates for intermediate nodes. That's why it is k equal to 4 here. And C means what? 1, 2, 3. C is what now? It is source. Source is I equal to 3 here. And destination. What is your destination now? A indicates 1 here. So that's why j equal to 1 here. Now I want to find this source 3 to 1 path here. So that's why taken as a d of 3 comma n. That is equal to min of ij, d of I value is 3 and j value is 1 here, comma, and I value is 3 and k value is what now? 4. Here d of I comma k 3 comma 4 plus k d of kj. K value is what now? 4 and j value is what? 1 here. Okay, so min of d of 3 1. So now as you already know that if I want to get the solution for this d4, I have to take the d3 as a reference. With the help of this matrix only I'll get the solution for d4 now. So now I want the d of 3 1. Okay, third row first column, this value I want to calculate now. For calculating this one I'm taking the help of this matrix. So 3 1. So in the d of 3, 3n means third row and first column. What is value it is? It is 9 here. Next third row for fourth column. Third row fourth column value is what it is? 1 here. Plus d of 4 comma fourth row first column it is what? 6 here. Okay. So 9, 1, 6. These are the values. 9 that is the d of 3 comma 1. Third row first column 9. And third row fourth column it is 1 and fourth row first column is 6. 6 plus 1 and 9. Among these two which one is minimum? 7 is the minimum. So what is the value now? 3 of 1 comma value is it is 7 here. In this way you have to calculate for 3 of 2, 3 of 3, 3 of 4. Okay, next 4 of 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this you have to calculate the values for remaining also. This is the working principle of this particular Floyd's algorithm. Is it clear? And now we'll go for the analysis. So for analysis, time efficiency, as you already know that if 3 for loops are there, then simply we'll take that one as a n cube here. And here I'm using this space efficiency because in the dynamic programming, as I told earlier, so in D4 if I want to find, then I'm taking the reference of the D3. This reference, okay, solution of the earlier iteration you have to store in the form of the table. For storing that you require the extra memory space. Matrix means it contains rows and columns. That's why it does what? N square here. That extra memory space to store the result of the earlier iteration. Okay, because that result will take as a reference to get solution for the that particular iteration. If it is I want to find the solution for D4, first I have to okay, I'll take the reference of D3, and with the help of this D3 matrix I am getting value for D4. Okay, so that's why I require this result now. This result is stored in the form of the table, and that's why it is space efficiency is n square here. Is it clear? This is how Floyd's algorithm works to find a all fit shortest path problem. Is it clear now? Thank you.